Yep. Oh, no. Ah. What's up, guys? I am back at one of my all-time favorite fishing spots, and straight away, big fish just hit the top of the water. There's a lot of bait in the water. There's a lot of fish feeding, and we have come equipped with everything I need to catch them. So let's get some bait out there ASAP. Oh, you hear that? Oh, up there. That's a nesting pair of bald eagles you're hearing. Right there, I can see them both. Probably not showing up on the GoPro. GoPro doesn't have really good zoom features, but two bald eagles right there. So cool. Very excited about the day. It has been a very rough couple of weeks. Got a couple of good fish over the course of several days. A really good blue catfish at a spillway down in Houston. Then I went to Beaumont and ended up catching a pretty decent bowfin. Apart from that, it's been small fish or just blanking, not really being able to catch anything. Check that out. That is an alligator gar scale. That would have been a pretty big one. Very, very tough, extremely pointy. I mean, like, I cannot even put a flex in it. That is some tough material. Their scales are coated in a substance called ganowin, which is a lot like your tooth enamel. Very, very tough. Very easy to see why Native Americans used to use these for arrowheads. It's getting late enough that I'm going to increase our chances by putting out a second bait. Well, as you guys can see from behind me, I'm far from alone anymore. There's a lot of people out here right now. Like I said, very popular spot, and for good reason. But let me show you something. I just did a quick walk around the rocks on the hillside here, and I found quite a few different bits of jawbone from alligator gar. And you guys can see just, that was a big fish right there. And multiple rows of teeth, that's one of the identifying factors of the alligator gar. Looks like that probably would have been the same side of the jaw, so two different fish here. Really, really, really big. Man, look at how many teeth it has. Incredible. Then I also found this, and you guys can see it's a different species. So alligator gar, long-nosed gar. And unfortunately, I can actually still see the leader. There's the crimp, there's the end of a swivel, and the line wrapped around its jaw, which is undoubtedly what killed this animal. Maybe it broke off and died because it couldn't, you know, trail the line and the weight and the hook around. Or maybe it was brought in and killed and somebody just cut the line. Either way, very, very sad. You know, alligator gar, long-nosed gar, the spotted and the short nose, they're all native species of the southern and central United States. A lot of people think they're invasive, and that's largely because of a misinformation campaign from the early 20th century that was really just a propaganda tool to sell newspapers. People started basically trying to apply shark attack fear to, you know, everyone inshore. Like, if we can't bring people to the sharks, let's bring the shark to them. Don't get in the water, this will eat your children. And that's literally what newspaper headlines looked like in the southern United States for a while, talking about the alligator gar. Just absolute nonsense. I mean, it looks formidable, but any animal with a jawbone structured like this, generally speaking, it's designed to eat smaller animals. That's why there's so many teeth, to hang on to slippery fish. You know, here's part of a mullet, and you guys can just see how that just grips right in there. That fish is not going anywhere. It would hurt me. I mean, it'd cut me up a little bit if I got bit by a gar. It's happened in the past when I tried to catch one with a hand line, but that is what this is designed for. And then look, just the belly skin of a gar. Somebody probably caught this, took the meat off of it, and it's just sun-dried itself. Really big. I mean, it's almost the size of a bodyboard. And that's not even remotely as big as these fish get. So essentially, what just happened. When gar take your bait, they don't swallow the whole thing. I'm gonna use these jaw bones to illustrate. Usually what happens is they bite on the fish like this, and that hook is not even in their mouth. And they will swim off for quite a ways. Sometimes it's a short distance, sometimes it can be 100, 150 yards, just like this. And if you try to set the hook too soon, they'll just drop that bait. So you gotta let them swim off. They'll usually stop, work the bait into the back of their mouth where you can set the hook. And I just set it a little bit too early. I got impatient because that was the first bite I've gotten in about 7 hours. Clear my head, back at it. All right, well, despite 14 hours of fishing, absolutely nothing took. So we've come out to a new bayou today, closer to home. I've got a whole bunch of fresh bait. I've got a carp and I've got a buffalo. They're both pretty big, so we can fish all day and into the night if we have to. There are big fish in here. We're gonna catch one, so let's get those baits out. All right, there's the first bait. Real big, real bloody. Let's get it out there. There we go. It's a little bit hard to try to overhead cast with all these branches up there. All right, second bait. The thing about big baits is that they lend themselves to, you know, a good long cast, but at the same time, you don't want it to rip itself off the hook. This fish is moving at us. I know he's still on because I can't find the bait. There he is. There he is. Okay, here we go. Oh, fish off. All right, this one has taken a whole lot of line. He's taking a hell of a lot of line. Okay, he's way out there, but we're on. Okay, fish on. Ooh, that was scary. He took it across what felt like a small branch. Thought that was the hook popping out of his mouth. And yes, I'm bending my knees into every one of these. Take as much line back as I can. Feels like a really good fish. Meanwhile, my other line is going out. Let's see if we can break the drought. When I say drought, guys, I mean I haven't been able to land a fish over 10 pounds in about 3, almost 4 weeks now, for a bunch of different reasons. But this one is well and truly hooked. I know where he's at now because I just saw that mullet jump out of the water in response to the fish crossing his path. Whew. He's coming in. Not really fighting as much now, but he's still there and he's pretty heavy. I don't want to make a guess as to what it is or I'll just get disappointed. But it is a good fish. It's getting hard to tell the difference this time of year between alligator gar and big blues because the alligator gar just gets so sluggish. in their fight. They start just kind of coming towards you like blues until they get real close, and then they turn it on. I expect this fish to start, if it's a gar, I expect it to start trying to go again once it starts getting to the more shallow aspect of the bank. Oof. Whatever this is, it is solid. Maybe it's a catfish that had bricks for breakfast. I don't know. You know what? I'm just realizing it could be a big turtle. I'm realizing now it could be a big turtle, and I could just get absolutely furious at what we're about to see. Could be a snapping turtle. Okay, there's the leader. See how it's going in circles? I don't like that. Okay, cutting side to side. That's good. That's good. What is it? What is it? I think it's a... Is that a catfish? Oh, that's a big catfish. My goodness. It's a big catfish. Man. Well, I said, ooh. Man. That is a big fish. Oh, he's digging down. Oh. What power. Oh, nope, nope. Gotcha. Wow. That is a damn good catfish. Look, big catfish, right? And I said in the middle of the fight, I was like, oh, I felt like he threw the hook. Maybe he went through a branch or something like that. And turns out he did throw the hook. And look, it went right through his dorsal. He spit that hook out mid-fight, and I just got so lucky that it went right through the dorsal. Lucky for him, it didn't do too much damage because he's a big fish. That's a fat fish. Powerful animal. God, what a monster. Beautiful. Big blue. So happy to have that. It's been a long time since I felt a good fish on the line. So yeah, really happy right now. Let's go ahead and get him back in the water. Great fish. Man, look at the muscle on the top of his head there. Incredible animal. Man. Just great. Beautiful animal. There he is. Just let him recover for a second. Get his bearings about him. Yep. Fish on. Second fish on. Oh. So I'm not horsing it in, it's coming at us, and I'm just trying to keep the line tight. Oof. That's a little head shake. If I had to bet money, I'd say it's another catfish. This one does not feel quite as big. Oh. Oh. Good little head shakes at the end there, though. Oh. Yeah, it's kind of turning in figure eights. Yeah. There's the leader. Ooh. Oh man. Oh, it's a gar. Yes. Oh my God. Finally. Son of a gun. Guys, I've been trying to catch a gar for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. It's never been so hard for me. He's about to swim right into our other line. Oh, oh man. Powerful, powerful animal. Powerful, powerful animal. Oh, there he is, there he is. Oh, he's good, he's a good fish. Woo, beautiful. Oh, no. Ah. Oh, man. These things, holy smokes. Okay. I'm trying to walk over here so I can grab the rope. Now, a lot of people ask, especially European fishermen, who typically are better about using their nets and better kinds of nets than a lot of fishermen here in the US on average. There are exceptions to that, but on average, better about it. So I get a lot of questions, why am I not using a big landing net? Or guys who like do a lot of musky fishing will ask me, like, bro, like, get a bigger landing net. And these fish, once they get about this big, start becoming just too much for a landing net. Your traditional landing net just can't do this. This is a much better fish than I had thought when I first saw him. The rope is, much like shark fishing, the rope is the best tactic. Oh, got me for this animal. Oh, he's much better than I thought. I was thinking he was gonna be like maybe 30, 40 pounds when I first saw him, because I just saw like just a flash of his scales. I didn't really get a good look at how big he actually is. Anyway, the rope is safe for these animals as long as you get it behind the pectorals, which we just did. It's not in his gills, it's behind the pecs. Let's get him up, get him on camera, and get him back. All right, so there's the hook out. It's bent a little bit, but the way I do this, because I get a lot of questions, number one, circle hooks must. Number two, I just get a stick crosswise in their mouth, and I can usually reach in with a pair of pliers and twist the hook out. That's what we did. So let me get him on camera real fast and get him back. These cold water gar really do fight a lot like a catfish. This is a good fish. 60 pounds at least, I think. Can't be sure, but it's beautiful, I know that. Let's get him back. Wouldn't really be alligator gar fishing if we didn't get muddy. Nice and muddy. There he goes, look. Man, I'm gonna try to show him off to the camera a little bit in the water. Okay, I'll let you go. I just gotta get my rope. Don't take my rope. Incredible. Natural, native, important member of these Texas ecosystems. Fantastic animal. I love it. From the age of the dinosaurs, and back he goes to the water, not the age of the dinosaurs. Huge relief to have that fish, both of those fish. The last couple of weeks have been very, very hard, not just from a fishing perspective, but just from a personal perspective. I got incredibly sick, COVID positive. It absolutely wrecked me. And then some personal family emergencies came up. Everything's fine, but for a while, things were kind of scary. And then getting back to fishing, just that first week after those two things happened, it was just freezing cold and I just could not get a bite. And that's why we've gone so long without a video. But everything is back on track, just the way it should be. I'm very excited. Had to go a whole bunch of places to get these fish. I can't even fit it all in the video. I've literally been fishing night and day for about a week straight, like every day, every night, in like 7 or 8 different locations to finally get these fish on camera. So super happy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out Waterland Fishing Optics. That's what I've been wearing. I took it off when I was wrestling the fish, but this is what helped me catch these fish today. Line watching is very, very important. Scouting the water for these fish as they come up to take air, the alligator gar, very important. Good pair of sunglasses, very important. Waterland Fishing Optics, the link in the description. Use my code WILDLIFE right here, 15% off when you check out. Huge thank you to everyone who watches. We are closing in on 60,000 subscribers, which just happened all of a sudden. You know, I feel like when the year started, I had closer to 15,000. I bet that was the same one. Almost 60,000. So really moving up at a rapid pace, and that is because of you. And I want to give a special thanks to everyone on my Patreon page. This channel would not exist without the support that we receive on Patreon. It's just, I cannot express to you enough how important it is to have support from Patreon, and everyone who's on there. This channel would not exist without your help, so thank you so much. First video of the year. The month is more than half over, but I'm so glad we got a great couple of fish in. Remember, the alligator gar, incredibly important native species, natural to these waters. They are important. They are an apex predator. They help keep these ecosystems healthy. Without them, the health of the ecosystem actually goes downhill. Don't believe the myths you hear about they eat their weight in game fish, they wipe everything out, they're invasive, they shouldn't be here, they're dangerous. None of that is true. They're incredible natural predators that belong here, much like you would find tigers over in Southeast Asia, or you would find wolves in Yellowstone National Park under good conditions. Alligator gar are the predator that should be in this water. More is coming, guys. Stay tuned, and until it's here, we'll see you guys later. Watch this video right here, that one. Watch that video. It's